Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. Jody Randisi joins the show today to describe her role as a prison volunteer at the Ridgeland Correctional Institute using her class, Coloring Therapy for the Soul. Jody, welcome to the show. Glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.
So what made you decide to volunteer at the Ridgeland Correctional, a state prison with about 1,100 male inmates?
Well, it started out as an opportunity to mentor a Toastmaster club.
Okay.
And I thought that would be a great opportunity to introduce some personal development educational programming. But then on the way out of that first day, the associate warden says, "Man, I wish I could find a person to teach coloring to reduce stress around here and maybe some color therapy." And I said, "Well, you're looking at the volunteer because I'm a publisher of adult coloring books and I teach coloring workshops." So that's how it all started.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? So why did you choose teaching coloring therapy for the soul?
Well, the interesting thing about coloring and reaching out to inmates who have no real connection to the outside world is that they are experiencing a way to do stress relief and be mindful and to do something different. And the results have been fabulous. The interesting thing about it is that there are some very talented people behind bars, and this is a class that they are eager to join up and try it out, and there's always a lineup to join my classes. They go 8 weeks at a time. And
yeah, oh, it's wonderful. So as a facilitator of the book club behind bars, who makes those selections and how does that work? And I guess explain a little bit about the book club.
Yeah, first of all, because I'm there all day, I decided to do the three things, the Toastmasters, the book club, and the coloring. So the book club, we choose only books that are emotionally gripping stories that are true, that feature faith, fortitude, and friendship. Anything that explains the example of the unconditional power of love and forgiveness, how forgiveness can restore. So they're excited about that also, but the book club is separate from the coloring is separate from the Toastmasters. It's all day I'm there. If it's Wednesdays, I'm at prison.
Wow. And so why do you think educational programming is essential for prisoner reform and rehabilitation?
Well, Sandy, I think as taxpayers, as people who live in communities, we have to decide what kind of neighbors we want. Do we want ones with less than a high school education and unresolved addiction and anger problems? Or do we want ones who have delved into some personal development programming, recompassed their moral compass, recalibrated their moral compass, and have decided that when they get out on the outside, they want to be better citizens.
Right.
Those are the people that we are working with. And volunteers who reach out to them are so appreciated.
Yeah,
all those
I bet.
programmings make a huge difference.
I bet. So spending money on prisoners, that's a little bit of a controversial subject. So how do you justify that investment?
Well, again, if you think about the cost of education versus warehousing, at this point, you should know, Sandy, that the statistics are pretty alarming. People who have been in prison tend to reoffend. Up to 70% return to prison. So when you offer an educational program, their mindset changes, and they have a new perspective of themselves, and they have new tools with which to go outside. Once upon release, they're a better candidate for employment.
Right.
As you can imagine, employment is a problem,
Sure.
having a conviction.
And so what's the most rewarding thing about being a prison volunteer? Because I'm sure a lot of people are watching this show going, I would never do that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's kind of one of those things, it's a question.
It is. Well, first of all, I will tell you that when I go behind the bars, it's a little scary the first time, but after that, I get so much appreciation. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude from the inmates and the staff. First of all, the inmates feel like, oh, there's someone out there who realizes that I still have value. And so I hear that all the time. I collect results from all three of the classes, and every comment comes back to indicate that, you know, incarceration does not diminish a person's value.
Right.
So with that belief in my heart, I go forward with educational programs that I can offer, and there needs to be a lot more of that because it's so rewarding. It's scary at first, but it's not after, when you realize the appreciation and the protection is all built in.
Well, kudos. I think you're doing a wonderful thing, and thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. If I could ask people to help out, there's a website or
We'll have all of that on the screen, so they can go to the website and hopefully offer some assistance.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Sandy.
Thanks, Jody.
I appreciate it.
And we'll be right back with Talk of the Town.